welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn, and today I have a sublimation project, but really the reason why I am posting this is because I actually have some cards that I want to show at the end of this too, because actually what I'm painting here is for me to actually sublimate onto a pillow sham. But when I was done with that project, the cardstock that I'm painting onto right now, it still had so much color in it. It was still pretty vibrant. I mean, a little bit muted as compared to the finished sublimation project, which I'll show you at the end, but it's still really nice. And I thought, oh my gosh, I can't just throw that into the trash. I have to make some cards with it. So I thought this would be a fun project to share because sometimes you can get a really nice 2-for-1 with your sublimation projects. Now, I haven't been sharing a lot of sublimation videos because YouTube really doesn't like it when you do things that are outside your lane. And so my sublimation videos, not only do they not do very well on my channel, but they also overall I think impact the other videos because I think YouTube just doesn't know what to do with me. If you if your channel is about too many different things, it doesn't really know what to, what audience to put your video in front of. And so it's unfortunate because I like sharing my sublimation projects, but I feel like it kind of hurts my channel, so I haven't been doing it as much. But if you watch this video to the end, you'll see some cards, and I think that's mostly what YouTube expects from me. So this technique though that I'm doing, you could easily do in your card making too, because you could use some acrylic paints and just paint a really free-flowing background. I've painted this onto a lightweight cardstock that's 11 by 11, and it's so that I can actually sublimate this design onto a pillow sham. But really, you could make this and then use it to cut it down for, say, ATCs if you're doing a swap, or you could do what I'm gonna do at the end. I actually cut it down and turn it into some cards. But before I do that, now right now, it kind of looks like a hot mess. It doesn't look very interesting at all. And what I'm gonna do to really make it look kind of artsy and fun is I am going to stamp all over it. And I am using the Artistry iron-on ink. So if you're gonna do this as a sublimation project, then you definitely, everything that you use has to be sublimation inks. And I think on this one project, I bring out pretty much all of the different types of media supplies that Artistry makes to create this design. So here I'm stamping with their iron-on ink. My first layer was with their acrylic paints. And then what I'm going to do as a final pass is I'm going to use their sublimation markers, and I'm going to do some doodling. So these stamps are from Polka Doodles, which I love. I don't think I have the full collection because I came across this line of stamps when it was on clearance, and by the time I saw it, I think there were only 2 out of I think there might have been like 4 or 5 stamp sets that are sort of in this very mixed media kind of collagey look. And it's nice because the larger stamps already have all of that collaging. They have some typography that's mixed right in with the illustrations and the doodles and everything. And same with the flowers and the butterflies and everything. It's all very mixed media-ish. And so you don't have to like build up all of those layers. You can just stamp it in one go and you have a lot of that texture already built into the design of the stamp itself. And so I used those two stamp sets to just stamp all over as randomly as I could. And remember, this design I'm going to use in full to sublimate onto a white pillow sham. So I took the ink pad, the same ink that I used to stamp with. I actually swiped it along all four borders of this panel so that it frames it a little bit nicely, and that way when this gets sublimated onto the white pillow sham, it hopefully looks a little bit more intentional, that this design doesn't go fully to the edge of the pillow sham, because I think the pillowcase is actually 14-inch by 14-inch and my paper is 11 by 11. Now the black from the iron-on ink, it felt like it wasn't super black, so I took the chisel sublimation marker and just darkened that. I just went over that again. And if it's not perfectly the same width, it's totally okay, because all of this is very meant to look like it's hand-drawn and hand-doodled. And that's one of the reasons why I'm taking the fine tip sublimation marker to just add some of those doodles to really make it seem like somebody just kind of doodled all of these little things over this. And now that the design is complete, what I'm gonna do is just tape this onto my pillow sham and try to center it as much as possible. And then I'm not going to show it, but I put this into my large heat press. And when you heat this up, the beauty of these sublimation inks is that they go from a solid state to a gaseous state, and they transfer to anything that's polyester based. So all of that ink from the paper, not all of it, you'll see in a moment, but the ink from the paper transferred onto this pillow sham, and it's now become a permanent part of the pillow sham. It's not an extra layer on top, it's actually dyed the polyester, and it's going to be really lovely and long lasting. Now what I did with that paper, that cardstock that I was built this background onto, it still looks pretty vibrant, and I couldn't bear to throw it away, so I just chopped it up, and I was able to get 4 panels for A2 size cards, and I just made some quick and easy thank you cards from them. And so it's really cool that you can get a little bit of a 2-for-1, especially I feel with the acrylic inks, because they are so saturated in color. And I like to, when I'm using the acrylic paints, I always like to use a lightweight cardstock instead of a just like plain copy paper, because it's thicker and I feel like it can hold more ink. So I think that's one of the reasons why, even though a lot of that ink transferred, because you can see the pillow sham is very vibrant, and the colors are a little bit more muted on the cards, but I do feel like they're really lovely all the same. And of course, it's nice when nothing goes to waste. So I hope you liked this video today, and do leave a thumbs up if you did, because I know my sublimation videos don't do very well. So thank you so much, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.